Miranda here today to share with you a few little tips and tricks into getting into Kakasana, crow pose. Kakasana is one of the relatively entry-level arm balances within a yoga practice. So I will give you a few tips. First things first, grab yourself a couple of blocks if you have them, or perhaps some books. Arm balances, it's really important that we prepare and warm up our hands. So a little bit of wrist preparation is always really valuable. Just taking some time to walk out the wrists on the backs and the fronts of the hands. And then we want to focus on creating our hand lock, our hasta bandha. So as you bring your hands onto the mat, you really want to focus on spreading your fingers nice and wide, tiger curling the tips of the fingers into the mat and creating a little bit of a lift of the center of your palm. So you can play with how that feels by coming into a tabletop position, spreading your fingers, pushing down into the tips and creating that hasta bandha hand lock. Beautiful. You will start to feel your wrists and your forearms fire up, and that is a good thing. So before we come into our crow pose, I'm going to take you onto your back with your blocks. You're going to take one of your blocks underneath both of your knees, and then the other block is going to come in between your knees. So crow pose does require quite a lot of core strength. We're going to start with a reclined crow pose. So these blocks are here for you to squeeze and keep awareness with what's going on in your legs. So I want you to think about squeezing your knees towards one another and squeezing your calves towards your hamstrings. You're going to take your hands up above your head, palms face up towards the sky, pull the fingers back towards the face so you're really active and strong through your arms. And now start to see if you can pull your knees in towards your chest so that lower part of your back lifts up off the mat. Good. You're going to lower the back down. We're going to go two more like that. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze the calves and the hamstrings together, high five the ceiling, and now pull the knees into the chest. Release it back down. Go one more time. Squeeze in, pull and hold. This should be really quite strong and active for 3. Hold for 2. Hold for 1 and release. Beautiful. That is quite a lot. So that's a really nice preparatory shape to come into before you start to make your way towards your crow pose. Now, there are a number of ways you can enter your crow. I like to come at it from a higher position because I feel like gravity is on your side as you're already up high, and then you're just starting to lower into the shape. A block can be your best friend here, and we're just going to place that block at the top edge of your mat on the highest setting. So hands come on to the mat and we lift our hips high. What we're doing is creating a little shelf on the backs of our arms, our triceps, so that our knees can make contact. So to do that, we need to push up onto our tippy toes, bend our elbows, and then find that shelf shape. The higher you walk your knees up towards your armpits, the more kind of contact you will have, and the weight will be a little bit more over the center of mass. So once we find that connection between our knees and triceps, we just rock the weight forwards as we come up onto the tippy toes. From there, it's a matter of playing with taking the feet away from the ground by squeezing the calves up towards the hamstrings. This can create quite a lot of fear around falling on your face. So that is why your block is here, to act as a little bit of a target. You're aiming your forehead just to tap the block. We're not using it as a resting point or something that's going to hold our weight. It's more of just a target. So elbows up the arms, and then we start to reach the forehead forwards. Maybe the heels lift. Eventually we want to pull those inner thighs together, squeeze the heel to the bum, and look forwards. Your head is the heaviest part, so where it goes, your body's going to follow. If you're looking back here, you're going to make it even harder for yourself. So keep looking forwards. Woof. Voila. There's a little tutorial for you for crow pose. Stick around and I will share some more progressions of where you can go from your crow pose. Think headstand or back, shooting back to your chaturanga. And then we'll also explore some variations like side crow. Thank you for watching.